who is the LG Wing for. So, as you know, LG sent me out the LG Wing not too long ago. And I've had some time, a lot of time to play with this lovely device, as you can see here. And you might want to know if this is a device for everyone or is this just a device for content creators. And I'm going to tell you right now. So first, what I recommend an average person pick up the LG Wing, I would have to say yes, only if you are a person like me and you love to have different devices. You want to have a device that nobody else is going to really have on the block, then I would say you should pick up you a LG Wing. It's not just for content creators. This is for anybody that wants to use a unique and different device, because it has, first, it just looks like a regular device. It looks like a regular plain simple phone, but then you hit them with that swivel and people are going to turn heads. They're going to be like, oh, what phone is that? And trust me, there's not a lot of people rocking an LG Wing because a lot of people don't know about this phone. And the people that do know about this phone, they're not going out there spending money on the LG Wing because they're like, oh, LG is whack. So they out there buying the iPhones and the Samsung devices, and they kicking LG to the curb like you belong in the back. So take your back seat. But I would recommend you pick up a LG Wing. Of course, you're not going to get all the top dog features like you would get in a Samsung device. This has a POLED display, but as you can see, I have this nice wallpaper on the display, and it looks so good to me. As you can see, it's clear. Of course, if you have this phone next to Samsung Note 20 Ultra, Samsung S21 Ultra, this screen is gonna kind of look trash. Not that bad, but it's gonna look kind of bad because those are Super AMOLED displays. And this is only a POLED display, but to me, it doesn't look bad. So if you've never had a Samsung device with a Super AMOLED display, and this was your first device with a nice display, you would think this display is popping. You would think this display was everything. You'd be like, man, I'm loving this display. And I've had Samsung devices with Super AMOLED displays, but this one still looks good. It's no slouch. That's what I'm gonna say. It's no slouch when you don't have a Samsung with a Super AMOLED display to compare it with. But once you put this by a Samsung Samsung device that has a Super AMOLED display, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, that Samsung is kicking butt. But overall, this is a great device. Every device, it's not perfect because no device is perfect. Because if a device was perfect, then there will be no need for companies to keep making more and more devices. So this device is a great device. It has things that I like about it, and it has things that could be a lot better about it. But that's what happens when you purchase a device, because like I said, no device is perfect. Every device has a problem. Even iPhone, Samsung, even the top dog devices. And basically that's with life in general. Everything and nothing is perfect, so expect things to go wrong, and things just not to look as good as they should. But just because there's things on this device that you don't care for, that does not mean this is a bad device. This device has the pop-up selfie camera, and to me, that's a winner. See that? That's a winner to me. it has the pop-up selfie camera, and it has the wing. You know, it turns out into a wing. There's no other device on the market that has the pop-up display plus the wing. Yes, other devices do have the pop-up display, but they don't have them both. They don't have the the pop-up camera. They have the pop-up cameras, but they don't have the display that goes like this. To me, this is different. I wouldn't say this will be something that you will see in the near future, but this is nice. And I'm going to give it to LG for stepping out, from thinking outside of the box and doing something different to catch people's eyes. Because when I first seen this device, I was like, yeah, I want to get that. I want to review that. I want to have a phone like that because this is different and it's unique. And I'm a unique person. I don't really like to have a device that everyone else has. I like different stuff. And this right here, this is a winner. This is a winner in my book. Now, I did say I recommend this to average consumers, which is true because it has okay cameras. But I really recommend this to content creators, people that's on YouTube, or people that record things a lot, because this has the gimbal mode. It has a gimbal mode built into it. I had a little time to test that out, but I'm gonna have to test it out even deeper than I've already did. But yes, it has the gimbal mode. No other device out on the market is doing that right now. Don't have a gimbal mode. And they really can't because they don't have a device that swivels out like this. And that's why I'm saying this is a good device also for content creators, because instead of carrying a heavy camera on a tripod to vlog and do videos, say you out at a tech store or something, all you have to do is get your LG wing, cut on the camera, and boom, you can use your gimbal mode right there. You can see it. You can use it in gimbal mode. And you can be walking around with this. I'd rather walk around with this than walking around with a camera. This looks more natural to me than having a camera and holding it out like this. This, you just holding it out like here, and it's just the phone. The camera, that's the camera plus the tripod plus the mic. This here, all you'd have to really do, you really don't even have to have a mic for this, because this has good audio recording quality also. There's some little thing in here that makes the audio sound better than it should. So that's another reason why I say this device is for people that make YouTube videos or just like to record a vlog. But like I said, this is also for somebody that just wants a different phone. The average consumer just wants a different phone. Tired of having one single phone. You want something different. You want something that's going to turn heads when you out and about in the public. I would say get you a LG Wing if you can find it for a good deal, because when this phone first came out, it was $1,000. And to me, I'm going to say this. To me, that was a no-go. This phone should have never been $1,000. It was $1,000, but it did not have $1,000 specs. This only has the 765 chipset in it. It's, oh, excuse me, y'all see that? It hit me in my face. It's not bad, but it's not the best. You know, it could have had an 8 something in it, and that would have been better. But now it does come with, you can get this with 128 gigs or 256 gigs. LG sent me out one, 256 gigabytes of storage, plus you can expand it and put an SD card in there, so you can have even more storage. And that's what I like about this device. It still has the SD card slot. It already comes with a lot of storage, and you can also bump it up to have even more storage. But for some people, the downfall might be this does not have the headphone jack. And I'm a person that I do still like to have a headphone jack, but I'm kind of okay with that since I have other devices that still do have a headphone jack. So I'm really not, I really can't trip about that part. But for average consumers that might not have another device, and they're picking up the LG Wing and want to use it as their daily driver and their only driver, I recommend you pick up you some wireless headphones, because that's the only way you'll be able to listen to your music, unless you want to listen to your music out loud and let everybody else hear what you're listening to. So that's a downfall right there for some people. For some people, not all people, but for some people, that could be a downfall. And this device is snappy. Like I said, it's not too bad. It's not too slow. It's not too laggy. It doesn't have 120 hertz or anything. I think this is 60 hertz display, which is okay to me. I have a device that has a 90 hertz display on it, but I don't ever use it at 90 hertz because it runs down the battery. And if I'm buying a device, I want it to have very good battery life. So I just use it at 60 hertz. This LG Wing has an okay battery life. It's nothing to be like, oh man, this lasts me 3 and 4 and 5 days. Usually, if I use this for a day, I have to end up plugging it in again by the end of the night. So it has okay battery life. You can do what you need to do on it. It just all depends on what all you are doing on your device. And everybody's battery life is going to be different because everybody uses their device in a different way. I tend to do a lot of YouTube, watching YouTube, checking Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter, and looking at my emails. So I drain a lot more battery on my device than an average person might. Hey, some people might just have the device to text on and call on, and that's no problem. But for me, I would say I am a power user, if that's what you call a power user. When I have a phone, I'm doing everything on my phone that I can. And I also do have, I did download one game on this device. I really don't play games on cell phones, but I found this game to be cool. And I do play it on this device and this device only. So if you're a heavy gamer, I guess this phone would be okay for gaming, but you'll just have to watch your battery life, like I said, because it has okay battery life. It won't, well, the way I use it, it won't get me through another day. Really, pretty much it only gets me through a day, but that's okay because this is not my only device. I also have an iPhone, so this is not my only device. So I really can't speak on how the battery life would be if this was your only device. But like I said, everybody's battery life is different because everybody does different things on their device. But me, I do it. I do all. I check Amazon, looking at things to buy. I play a lot of Pandora on my phone. So yes, I'm a heavy user with my LG Wing. But overall, I really do like and love the device. The only downfall with this device for me is that this is a reviewer's unit. So no, I did not spend money on this device. And they sent me a Verizon one. I didn't have a choice on picking what variant I wanted, what carrier I wanted. So they sent me this Verizon one, and it came with the test SIMs, and I'm able to use the test SIMs. But as soon as that SIMs time is up, then it's like I will only be able to use this device on Wi-Fi. So that's the downfall. But if you're buying this with your own money, you don't have to worry about that. But I still thought I should throw that in there. That yes, I'm using it. Yes, I can make calls on it right now and text on it right now. But as soon as the period of the SIMs card being up, then I would only really be able to use it as a Wi-Fi enabled device, which is a bummer because I really do want to use this as my secondary device along with my iPhone. I've been doing that now, but that's only because the SIMs is still working. But as soon as the SIM stops working, this phone will basically collect dust. unless I use it with Wi-Fi. It'll basically be just sitting. So that's a downfall. But overall, yes, go pick up you a LG Wing if you can find it for a good price. I recommend it. It's a nice phone. It has so many different little features you can do. And it also has that cool wing. I just can't get over that this is a device that swivels out. You can do stuff on the top of the device here and on the bottom here. And to me, that is so cool. So just rate, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube tech channel. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.